Hello, everybody. Welcome to another painting video. This isn't a Tiny Tuesday, it's Tiny Thursday, so yes, a little bit different from what I usually do. Normally, I paint tiny things. This one is it's a 10 by 12, so it's not huge, but also it's not small. You know, it's a decent medium-sized painting, but and I'm also going to be working in oils today. I have not painted with oils in a full year. I had planned to try it out again and stuff. Oh, I left my palette knife all the way over there. I'm gonna have to grab another one. I have to grab a cheap one. Yeah, but usually I do things a little bit different. So, and I did not practice like I said I wanted to. I wanted to practice with oils again, but I got distracted last night with some Baldur's Gate foolishness. So I did not practice like I intended to. This is, oh gosh, there we go. I thought it wouldn't scoop out. It scooped out. I'm gonna be streaming for my normal amount of time today. I don't know how much of this painting will get done, because like I said, I have not painted in oils in like a year. And so it'll take some getting used to doing things the old way. But I hope you guys have fun. I hope you guys enjoy the painting. Yeah, I hope it's just a good time. A good time. I was looking at these brushes and I was like, man, I have not used some of these in, like, I haven't touched these brushes in like a year. That's wild. So here we have Jesus. He's literally standing on a wave that's like the top of like a big wave. Then you have the disciples in a boat. I sketched this out earlier and I put some gesso on top of it so it won't smudge too much. I mean, it did smudge when I put the gesso on, but it won't smudge too much when I'm like actually applying the paint to the areas. I just gotta figure out how I want this to look and go and stuff. So yeah, this is oh gosh. I'm gonna do something simple and just start out on some of the water, kind of get a feel for the colors and stuff, and the smell of the paint is bringing back so many memories. The paint and the paint thinner. I'm not just like huffing paint thinner, but just the memory of the smell. It's make me feel a little nostalgic for the old days. Of course, it's supposed to be stormy, so the water's going to be a lot darker. I'm just getting a feel for stuff at the moment. I don't know. It just makes me so happy. Makes me so, so happy. When I started out making minis, I was exclusively painting them in oil, and then it would just take so long for everything to dry and things to be available on the site. Like, I'd paint something, and then I'd have to wait 2-3 weeks in order to put it on the site because it wasn't dry in time, so it was just, sometimes it was a bit of a bummer. I'm glad I switched to acrylic for the smaller stuff, but I miss the feel and the look and the smell of oil. And I didn't realize until I started painting that I miss this. Isn't that strange? The way it just blends together, it is so smooth. It's those toxic fumes, huh? A little bit. A little bit. Just the way the paint glides and moves, it just makes me happy. Do you have nerd game tonight, Zamboni? Yes, it's mostly gonna be RP tonight. Okay. Are they doing like more like storyline stuff? They just beat a big boss, so I gotta exposit on them now and let them do their shopping and upgrading. Okay. Exposition. Everybody loves a shopping episode. And present them with choices and next bosses and end goal. Okay. Do you have a good idea of how you want the story to flow? Also, I explain where the one character went because the player wanted to drop out. Aw. It's pretty simple. They gotta kill the gods. After they do that, they can save the world. Okay. Yeah, because you were doing like a Dark Souls, right? Type thing? Elden Ring? Type thingamajig? Either keeping the status quo or sweat. Yeah, either keep the status quo going or uproot it. Oh, it's just splashing. How's it splashing like that? They're gonna meet a primordial being who's gonna explain that now that they defeated the god of magic, that time is flowing forward now and accelerating, so they need to take the powers of the cursed gods that remain and keep things going. Then another spookier entity is gonna tell them they can do whatever they want with that power. Okay. Then it's Dungeons and Debate time. And then they choose who they're going after next, and then I can plan the next encounter. Okay. Dungeons and Debate, for some reason, to me, just sounds like extremely nerdy. Like as if it were like another product from Wizards of the Coast, but it's like Model UN or something like that. Poison place. Yeah, each game has a location where you have to wade through the water that poisons you and stuff. Oh, okay. Did not know that. It's got like a bunch of references for waves and like crashing waves and stuff, but I don't know. Where's my keyboard? Okay, I think I found pretty good. I think I got some good references in front of me of like aerial views of waves. I mean, technically it's not really like an aerial view because it's not like straight overhead, you know? It's kind of like a I don't know, looking down on like at an angle. But the aerial waves will help me. Thank you, stock photos of water crashing. I do definitely like. I definitely have to darken in some things. Well, I have to darken a lot of things. So I feel like this isn't giving Storm yet. But as I darken in some stuff, I'll figure things out. Like I said, I haven't painted with oils in a year, and so just trying to get used to the blending again. It's gonna be a bit of a challenge, a little bit of a learning curve. Especially since the brushes that I still had for oils, they're a little rougher, I guess you could say. That's the ones that I was using way back when. I'm not gonna get a lot of smooth stroke lines with this brush, at least. Oh, he said something else. It always sucks because there's a ton of enemies that hit really hard and then your health is constantly being ticked down by the poison. If you don't have the item that cures poison, you have to use your healing resources up. This part needs to stay light because there's like it's the crest of the wave, the part where the water begins to separate and gets foamy and stuff. I'm not sure how dark I want the actual painting to be, because I see a lot of other people. I've seen a lot of other paintings of Jesus walking on the water. I just don't. Some are like there's light breaking through. Others are. It's like the storm is already like ceasing, and I just don't know what type of feel I'm going for just yet. So I'm gonna hold off on like actually painting Jesus. At least for right now. Hey, Leth, yep. I'm doing the oil painting. You know, I saw the title, and yet I still thought you were painting that afterlife scene with Aaron. No, this is not Aaron Yeager. This is the true love of my life, Jesus Christ. Remember back in the day when I would make oil paintings, for like a lot of paintings, I wouldn't use pure black on the canvas. This was like within like the, I don't know, last year, like 6 months of me doing oil paintings. So I heard someone else say that they try to keep away from doing pure black because that way it forces them to think about color theory and other stuff, and I just don't know if I got the time or patience for that anymore. What should I make the blood god look like in your campaign? Like Ball in Baldur's Gate. Exactly like that. That wasn't a serious suggestion. You know, I don't think you should go like overtly red or anything. Maybe red accents and their skin. You could go with like a ball type thing, I guess. Oh, Zamboni, he is making some characters for his D&D game. add some green to this. Just so that there's like some different hues going on. I was thinking of describing their appearance like the Daredevil opening. Like the blood dripping to like form like the statues and the other stuff in the rest of the city. That'd be cool. Neat seems like a lot of effort to make a good D&D campaign on your own. Yeah, it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of effort. I'm doing a 3-shot, so just like 3 game sessions, and that was a lot of work. That was a lot of effort, and I was just like, man, I don't get how these other DMs go for years. I don't get it. And then the players die on their first day. I mean, sometimes it happens. Sometimes some players just have bad luck and then their character dies in like the first session. Or like almost dies. Or like gets knocked down and it goes on death saves in the first session. That happens to some people. After this campaign ends, I'm making someone else DM. What would you say is the hardest part about DMing Zamboni? Because for me right now, a big struggle is like making combat encounters that feel dangerous, I guess, because, you know, some of our people are just super stacked. It was like, I mean, making the maps and stuff, that was kind of difficult, but once it was like, okay, this doesn't make sense, I need to reorganize this, the map, making the maps, you know, I eventually got the hang of it, but... And I can RP all day. And improvise and stuff like that all day. But for me, it's combat, making sure that combat is interesting, but also there's that, you know, that threat of danger, that possibility of it all ending. Making maps and naming things. Yeah, making maps is kind of a pain sometimes. Just name it Goon number 53. See, I was prepared for the naming things stuff because I had a tab open with Bible genealogy in case anybody asked me for a random shopkeeper's name, because you know D likes to do that stuff. Be like, what's this guy's name? What's their story? And then no one asked anybody's names. No one asked any random NPCs about their lives. And I was just like, I was prepared for this, and it never happened. Okay. Gonna start naming things numbers, but in Japanese. What, like ichi ni san shi go roku shichi hachi ni jukyu? You're just gonna name, like... Just name a dude Juroku? And his name is just 16? Yes. Hey, it worked for Ichigo. Mr. Strawberry? Oh, and Gohan? Rice? But, you know, all Saiyans is like food puns. Anyway. You know, Vegeta, he's the prince of all Saiyans. They were very topical with their naming for Dragon Ball Z. Because, you know, you got the Saiyans that are all like vegetables. And then Goku named him his real name is Kakarot, which is carrot. And he named his son Gohan rice. And I don't know if Gotun means anything specific, or they were just continuing on with the Go and then. But Bulma briefs named her son Trunks, her daughter Bra. I mean, yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah, just find a naming convention that works for you, I guess. You can go ahead and name things Juroku and Niju-san. Yeah, other than that, the hard part is exposition. See, I don't have to worry about exposition, because I'm following an already written story and just adding some stuff in there. And getting some information across. I mean, yeah, sometimes it can be hard to make sure that a point gets across. This is like going straight, and there should be a bend and like a curve. Okay, I'm I'm just painting things at this point. I'm not even paying attention to the anatomy of waves or the ocean or... It's hard to maintain immersion sometimes. What, you mean like when players try to say that they're wearing Timberlands? Stuff like that. At the same time, you don't want the players to feel lost. Anyone ever made a D&D story where you start off from a memory loss? Like your character don't remember anything, so it makes sense that the player doesn't really know either. I'm sure there are campaigns like that. I've never... I don't say I've never, because I did play a character that had memory loss, but that was just for fun, and also, I was really tired, and so I just kind of improvised her just not having a great memory, and so every session I just, it just went on from there. It's just like, yeah, she's got the memory of a goldfish, guys. Oh yeah, Sam did have amnesia. It's funny because when I think about Sam now, all I really think about is him and Candace together. I don't really think about Sam before Candace. Is that weird? It's okay, Les. I was completely unoriginal for my first D&D character because I had forgot that it was the day where I was supposed to do my character stuff, and so my DM was like, "Oh, so what's your character's background story?" And I was like, and I just pulled something from my actual family history. From like, you know, like 4 or 5 generations ago. It just went from there. Because I couldn't think of anything original, so I was just like, My first D&D character had no story other than they were an edgy femme fatale thief that was an orphan and steals money to help maintain the orphanage. You know, it's interesting because I just kept making things up about Talila as my first character as we went along. Because, like, originally, she was supposed to be, like, in her mid-20s. Then, I, like, randomly said one time that she was 70. Because, you know, she was a half-elf, so, you know, age is whatever and confusing for elves. Like, I made her older because another player character in the game. Well, basically, I made her older because I was like, nobody's gonna want like a 70-year-old. I was like, yeah, I'll just make her older, and then I just kind of went with like the older, mature mom aesthetic because the mom aesthetic is just literally me. Wants to make sure people are fed and taken care of and stuff. That's just literally me. And then I like randomly mentioned that she had a husband and kids. Like, it wasn't originally in the backstory. I was just throwing information out there. But when people would ask my character about her life, she would be very secretive because I didn't know stuff. And so eventually I was like, hey DM, can we work this into the story? Somebody said his next D&D character is gonna be the Winter Soldier. Metal Arm, Amnesia. That sort of vibe. I just realized I'm gonna have to keep this painting away from the kids on Sunday. Because the babies love to get in my stuff, but usually things are dry, and so I can just like stack it somewhere where they can't reach, but this is not gonna be dry by Sunday. Bionic Arm, Brainwashed Assassin. Yeah. Armed and dangerous. Is it much harder to paint with oil painting, or is it just different? It's just different. It's different. With acrylic, because it dries so fast, you can work dark to light, light to dark. You can, you know, you can paint over stuff really quick if you don't like what's going on. With oil, you have to blend a lot and it's harder to work, it's just harder to work some ways. Another thing is the brush that I was using makes things kind of streaky, but I have other brushes for blending and stuff. What's the paint look like on my palette? Right now, I'm only have 5 colors down. Ah! That was just like a hardened chunk of paint that just rolled off. I have Phthalo Blue, Cerulean, Sap Green, Black, and White. Those are the only colors I have down so far. And the only things I've put on the canvas. Yeah, it's real chunky. Trying to squeeze some brown out. Oh, there we go. You see that? See how thick that comes out? It's like frosting, but don't eat it. Please don't eat it. What happened to my palette knife? Oh, there it is. I do want to give the fabric a bit of a try while I'm live. I don't want to just not paint Jesus at all, you know. Oh, got paint thinner on my phone. I should probably move it away from the thinner. That'd be smart. Don't want to get dangerous chemicals on a $100 product, you know. Some people use linseed oil to thin stuff down. I didn't have any linseed oil. Sometimes I would use linseed oil, other times, turpentine is really good to, like, completely strip your brushes. I don't like using straight up turpentine for painting, because one time a brand of turpentine that I had used just, like, completely stripped the layers that I had previously worked on a canvas. Some people do use mineral spirits, yeah. What do I have? I just have a Mona Lisa odorless paint thinner. It just depends on your preference. I tend to pick stuff that doesn't have that harsh of a smell because I have a really sensitive nose. Yeah, I'm not that crazy. Nope, not that crazy. A little bit, but not that much. I think it just kind of depends on your preference. I have the good memory. Yep, you are not Etnor Hardblood. You can actually remember things. I want to try painting a Mindy or Gundam A mini or Gundam with oil paints once. That would be interesting. Oh. I didn't realize there was an ad. Yeah, that'd be interesting to try out. I think I made this tunic a little too, because now I'm thinking like, okay, a linen tunic or something. It's gonna have, it's not gonna be pure white or whatever. But now I'm like, I don't like this shape that I chose. Another shade of brown, darker brown. Hi, Beck. I'm Dad. I think I'm starting to get a feel for this again. I really should not touch my face. Got chemicals on my hands, but I'm just like scratch, scratch, scratch. I'm getting a hang of this, guys. It took me an hour and 12 minutes, but finally getting the muscle memory is back. It's a mountain. Oh, you're talking about this. It looks like mountain peaks. My cat is a little silly sometimes. Yeah, but why? I'll give her a little piece of chicken by holding it in front of her, and she just sniffs it and then rubs her face on it. She'll just rub the food on her face instead of eating it. Okay. I've seen babies do that. Like when they're done eating, they just smear the food on their faces. Or just throw the plate when they're done. Like that's their signal to you that get me out of this high chair. They'll just like scoot the plate off the high chair or just like straight up throw it, and then you're like, oh no. This is a behavior that I have to correct and will spend a long time having to correct. When the cat is done, she tries to hide her leftover. Okay. One time I got scolded by a lunch lady for not eating vegetables, and so I started hiding the vegetables under napkins. And then once they found out I was doing that, they scolded me for wasting their napkins. It's just like, ladies, what do you care if I'm eating the vegetables or not? You're not my mom, and obviously my mom is not making me eat them. Like, back off. The cat is done. Okay, she hides her leftovers either by doing the bearing motion on the floor or grabbing something nearby and bearing it that way. It's wasteful. You're talking about me not eating the vegetables for the lunch ladies, or are you talking about the cat? But here's the thing, they wouldn't, the veggies, here's the thing, they wouldn't let you finish going through the line unless you had the vegetables on your tray. You couldn't, like, just get the pizza or just get the chicken nuggets. So it physically had to be on your food tray. And then, when they were like, no, you have to take the vegetables. I wouldn't eat the vegetables, and then there'd be a problem because I was throwing them out. It's just like, if you, like, I understand it's your job, you have certain regulations, whatever, rules you have to follow. But, if you know I'm not eating the vegetables, just let me go through the line without having the vegetables. I'm not gonna eat them. I don't want your sloppy green beans or your carrots. But they knew I didn't want them, and they knew I was throwing them out. They had no authority and no right to try and be like, "What, you're wasting our." It's like, you knew when I went through the line I didn't want them, and you knew when I threw them away I didn't want them. You knew this. And also, I was like 10. Like, why are you beefing with a 10-year-old for throwing away sloppy, gross-looking green beans? Why are you beefing with me? I know they had to have it on the tray, but Just leave me alone. They should have just left me alone. Because then, so I wouldn't get scolded for not eating the veggies or covering up the veggies and throwing them away. I would watch the lunch ladies to make sure they weren't around when I threw out my tray, so they wouldn't see me throwing it out. They forced me to roll a sneak check, a stealth check, every day. I was just like, I'm 10, leave me alone. Jeez, just eat the greens. No, I live in a free society, and if I don't want to eat the greens, I'm not gonna eat the greens. They should have just left me alone. They caused all this drama. Until this day, I still won't eat them. I'll cook them for other people in my family. I cook veggies quite often. I just won't eat them. Probably because of all the force. Well, first of all, I just don't like them. But also, all the force and coercion that went around when I was a child. I'll, like, drink, like, vegetable juices, fruit juices and stuff to, like, supplement the fact that I don't like the texture of most things and I just don't want to chew them. So I'll drink the stuff. I just don't want to eat it. I don't like the texture. I don't like a lot of the flavors I don't like, but so I get my vitamins in other ways. I just don't physically want to eat the vegetables. At least not the... I don't want to say, like, all vegetables is like that. There are some things where I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty tasty, I'll eat that. Or things that I'll eat raw, but I won't eat, like, if it's cooked. And I take my supplements for my iron deficiency. Yes, I do. I take my supplements for my anemia. Like a good girl. Didn't take them today though yet. Were you that one that liked cauliflower but not broccoli? I didn't like either. You had a friend that was like that. I like carrots to a certain extent. Like, I'm not just gonna bite into, like, a whole carrot, but if it's in something, I'll eat the carrots. Like, if it's in a salad, I'll eat it. If it's in, like an Asian dish, like a stir fry or, a bibimbap or something, like, I'll eat it. Bean sprouts, I'll eat. Regular beans, no. I don't think that makes sense, but, what else? Radishes, I think those are pretty good. What else? What else? I'll eat raw spinach, but I won't eat it cooked because I don't like the smell of it cooked. like the flavor of onions, but I don't like the texture. I said cauliflower is broccoli, but worse. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'll eat seaweed. What other vegetables? Seaweed, raw spinach, carrots, radishes, bean sprouts. That sounds about right. But if something is juiced, you know, that it doesn't really matter what it is as long as there's something like a fruit to balance out the flavor. I think it would be cool if my D&D Winter Soldier metal arm had some draconic aspect. Yeah, that'd be cool. sitting like that. Starting to hurt a little bit. Can't get super close to the canvas because the camera's in the way. I'm used to being pretty close. Uh-oh. Why you say uh-oh? Oh yeah, the bot. Bots and scammers are so annoying. Cause like sometimes I'll post when I post on like Facebook or Instagram or whatever, I'll get like these these DMs that are like, oh, I love your artworks. These are they are so beautiful. Are they available as NFTs? And I'm just like, and like there's weird commas and the grammar's all strange, and then it's like, I know this is a bot, and I know it's like it's gotta be like the same people sending these messages, right? Like, I know that intellectually, but on the other hand, it's like, shouldn't they be more discerning in how they try to scam people? Because it's just like, if I'm selling a physical painting online, there should be some sort of, you know, bot prevention thing that, you know, it's like, oh, this is physical, this isn't digital. Let me, not harass this person with my nonsense. And even if it, like, was a real message or whatever, it's just like, why would I convert or make, like, a digital version of the actual painting? 'Cause there's a huge process into making something an NFT, so why would I go through all that hassle when someone could just buy the freaking painting? I feel like I've been working on this for so long, but nothing has happened. It's not like I got nothing done, but I just feel like, you know, this is almost 2 hours of work, and again, it did take me a while to figure out the brushes and stuff again. I didn't start getting a hang of stuff until I was over here. I was just kind of messing around and before that point. I guess that's what happens when you stick to one medium for a full year. Actually, I didn't even stick to one medium because I've been painting watercolors and acrylic. I haven't done any oil-based stuff. That's why. It's just feels strange. It feels real strange. Again, with the touching the hand, the face. Why is it dry? These paints must be, these pigments must be getting kind of old. Because it's basically dry back there. That's wild. Also, it is thinned down, so there's that too. I mean, if I touch somewhere over here, then there's more on my finger, but... just want to say thank you to everybody that was watching today, whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. Appreciate you. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you watching me struggle to remember how to paint in oils. Ah. Honestly, I didn't think it'd be this much of a struggle. I don't know why. I was just like, oh yeah, I can just pop on into it. I don't need to practice. There are definitely things I'll just totally remember right away. Huh? Why you say huh? You're thinking. You want to play Marvel Rivals? Y'all are obsessed. You, Sakura, Gina be playing that too? Well, write more. It's that shrimple. Think about it this way, the faster you write out your stuff for D&D, the quicker you can play Marvel Rivals. I'm in one of those moods where I don't know what to put down anyway. I feel like I need to improvise. Improvisation is good. I just can't believe this is where I'm at. It's been 2 hours. Can't believe this is all I've done. I need to take a break. Alright. Thanks everybody for watching this week. I will be live again Tuesday and Thursday, regular time. Nothing is currently interfering with those plans. It needs so much work. It needs so much work. I probably need another 6 to 12 hours on this. I don't know. It feels so empty. I miss Fat Pikachu. They thinned up Pikachu? Yep, that's where I'm gonna leave it for now. Thanks again for watching, everybody. If you want to check out my other stuff that I've made, the tiny stuff for the text portraits, you can go to tinystextportraits.com. That's weird that they thinned Pikachu out. That's weird. Really weird. I don't keep mentioning this, but I'm gonna keep mentioning this. My 2025 wall calendar is available. You guys can get those in 8.5 by 11 or 11 by 17. There are 3 paintings for each month. Oh, January. January, where are you going? Why are you up so high? Buddy. There's so many layers. There's so many things. I can't even... It was there's so many things I need to get rid of that... Okay, the program does not want me to move January. Anyway, yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I will, like I said, I'll be live at my regular time. You guys can check me out on my website. Pikachu in the OG art was fat, and in the early seasons of the anime, it was fat. Yeah, no, he was fat. I just have no recollection of him being skinny, but I guess I haven't seen modern Pikachu artwork in a while. But yeah, I don't know if I'll work on this weekend because I'll have other things going on, but this will get worked on at some point. Yeah, I can't leave it like that. But thanks everybody. Have a wonderful day and a great weekend.